3-2. Here are those. This is how a power play should work. Dale Howarchuk wins the draw. The Jets move the puck around to open up the box. Howarchuk ends up with it in the corner and feeds Greg Kozlowski at the side of the net. 1-0 Jets at 4:38 of the first period. They took a 2-0 lead before the end of the first. On this play, they fail on their first foray into the Calgary zone, but they'll get another chance with some good work to keep the puck in the Flame zone. And we stay with Thomas Dean in the corner. His pass back to Dave Ellett went right back behind Mike Vernon for a 2-0 lead. The Jets could have been up by 3, but Vernon foils Doug Smale on the breakaway here later in the period. And at the other end, it was Bob Essenza making his first start of the season. Now, this is a goalie's nightmare. Al McInnes, who reported to have the hardest shot in the league. Essenza barred the door on that one, but you don't give the leading scorer in last year's Stanley Cup Finals a second chance to tee it up like this. Jets did, and it was 2-1. The Jets had a goal disallowed in the second period. Referee Dave Newell doesn't see Brent Ashton's shot cross the line. No matter, as it turns out, just from the point, will bounce out to Brent Hughes in the slot, and he lifts it behind Vernon for what proves to be the winning score. The Flames roared back in the final period. They outshot the Jets 31-22 overall, and Joe Nieuwendyk will make this one count and cut Calgary's deficit to 3-2, but that's as close as they got. Hughes almost got a second of the night on this play a bit later on. Looks like Hughes, the puck, and Vernon will all end up in the net, but no goal. A familiar call in the Jets this year. They didn't need the insurance anyways. They held on to win 3-2. Elsewhere, it was Buffalo 6, Edmonton 5. New Jersey and Philadelphia played to a 3-all overtime tie. The Islanders doubled the Rangers 4-2. Toronto suffered a similar fate to Minnesota 6-3. Hartford doubled by Chicago 4-2. That is it for a very busy Saturday in sports. Stay with us. Mark will have the weather right after this.
Evening, everybody. Don't look now, but the Smythe Division Club that was supposed to finish 5th at season's end is currently sitting pretty in 2nd place. The Winnipeg Jets kicked off a tough 5-game Eastern road trip tonight with a victory in Quebec. The record now stands at an even 500, and pending the outcome of the Canucks game, sit all alone in 2nd place, just 6 points behind the front-running Flames. Here's a look at the action. Second period, Jets lead at 2-1. Cronin sends the puck in. Laurie Boschman along the boards, waits patiently, winds up, fires, beats Ron Tugnut to give the Jets a 3-1 lead. Nords battle back before the end of the second. On the power play, Peter Stastny makes it a 3-2 game by beating Danielle Berthume. A few minutes later, here come the Nords once again. This time you'll see Claude Loisel drift in across center. He's over the blue line. He'll tee it up, blasts it from well out, and it beats the Bandit cleanly 3-3 after 2. But in the third, almost 9 minutes in, Randy Cunnyworth will pull the trigger from the right face-off circle. 4-3 Jets. They never looked back. Just 52 seconds later, Teppo Newman added the insurance marker. Winnipeg 5, Quebec 3 is the final. Smale, Ashton, Boschman, Cunnyworth, and Newman in the Jet Snipers tonight. As mentioned, they're now 9-9 and all alone in 2nd place in the Smythe Division. Their next game on this 5-game road swing is tomorrow night against Montreal. Now, the Canucks are home to Washington. That one's still underway. They're in the 2nd period, and they are sitting with a 1-1 score. Now, 2 other Smythe Division clubs are battling it out in Calgary tonight. Flames hosting the Kings. Goals are not at a premium tonight. First period, game's tied at 1. And it'll be Wayne Gretzky behind the Calgary net, centering to Mike Allison, and it's off the stick of Brad McCrimmon, 2-1 LA. It's now 3-1, Kings in the first. Mike Krushelnyski will shovel it in. Watch the bad bounce to John Tonelli. He beats Rick Wamsley. It's 4-1. Still in the second. Here come the Flames. Joel Otto will put it back to Gary Suter. It's now 4-3 when you'll see Suter go to work again. This time he's the playmaker. He'll feed Joe Nieuwendyk. He bulges the twine. It's 4-4. Now the Flames will take the lead. This time, Sergei Makarov will put the puck on the stick of Thurin Fleury in front. 5-4, but the Kings tied it up, and they've now taken the lead. 6-5, LA leading in the 3rd period. If the Kings can hang on, they'll join the Jets for 2nd place in the Smythe. The Patrick Division leading New York Rangers found themselves inside the Igloo tonight to face a struggling Penguin squad. First period, no score. Puck ends up behind Ranger goalie Bob Froese. Dan Quinn will try and center it, but keep your eye on the puck. It's in the back of the net off a skate. 1-0 Pittsburgh. Pens make it 2-0 during a 5-minute power play. Look at Paul Coffey wind up, gliding across blue line to blue line, centers it for Mark Recchi, rips it by Froese. 2-0 Pens. Move to the late stages of the 2nd period. Here come the Pens once again. This time, mad scramble in front of the Ranger net. Froese can't get a handle on it. Troy Loney bangs it home. It's 3-0. It's now 4-0 Pittsburgh in the 3rd. Troy Loney going for his 2nd goal of the night. He winds up, scores! Top shelf, 4-0. 5-0 Pittsburgh all over New York. Then comes a beauty. Rob Brown doing yeoman's work. He's got everybody all over him. Hangs onto the puck, centers it to a wide-open John Cullen. He goes to the backhander. Penguins hammer the Rangers 6-0, if you can believe it. Wendell Young stopped 25 shots for his first NHL shutout. So Coach Ubriaco and GM Esposito are safe for the time being. Now let's head to Detroit for the Red Wings Whalers highlights. And this is first period with no score. Whalers on the power play. Dineen starts it. He'll put it to Verbeek. It ends up on the stick of Ron Francis, who rips it by Greg Steffen. 1-0 Hartford. Now with Liut doing his job to perfection again tonight, the Whalers will add one insurance marker in the second on the power play, Pat Verbeek, and it's 2-0 Whalers. Here comes the fight of the night. Gerard Gallant against Dean Evanson. And folks, this one has two guys going absolutely wild, and it looks like we've sped up the video for you, but we haven't. This is regular speed, and they throw about 419 punches each. Gallant ends up on top of Evanson. The crowd cheered, but that was it for the Red Wings faithful tonight. They had a little more to cheer about. It was more of the same when they played hockey after that. Ray Ferraro added one more. Hartford shuts out Detroit. Final count of 3-0. Mike Liut with his third shutout of the season. Detroit, they haven't won in 11 games. They have lost 6 straight. Jacques Demers, another coach who won't sleep easy tonight. Our final NHL stop is on Long Island, where the Islanders took on the Philly Flyers. Here's Alan Cutler for NBC News.
First period of the game tied 1-1. The Flyers' Ron Hextall tries to clear, but right to Dave Chazowski, who shoots and scores, gives the Islanders a 2-1 lead. Moving to the second period, the Islanders are shorthanded. They trail 3-2 when Randy Wood comes up with the puck on the break. Randy Wood shoots the backhander, beats Ron Hextall. It ties the game up at 3 apiece. But in the third period, tied 4-4, Pelle Eklund with a perfect pass to set up Jay Wells out in front, past Glenn Healy. The Flyers down the Islanders 5-4.
Ron Hextall's 23 saves. Islanders have only won once in their last 12 outings. Manitoba League Cy Young Award winner. Quick survey. Who here is surprised by the Jets up to this point?
I like to be an eternal optimist.
You have to be a little bit, sure.
Yeah, they were. You called it right in the lead to the highlights tonight. They were expected to finish last in the Smythe, currently sitting at second, and yeah, that's.
There's not too many guys who would have picked them second at this point.
No kidding.
So far, so good. Way to go, Bob.
Thanks. Thanks for joining us. Stay tuned now for the World Tonight for national and international news. We're back tomorrow. See you then.
Good night.
Good night.